good evening, good evening. Welcome to this Thursday edition of Build Your Best Life with Coach Deborah D. Smith. And you could be anywhere else. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Please comment as we go along. If you have any questions, add your questions, engage, share, like the page if you have not already done so. And I hope you enjoy this segment of our July theme, which our July theme is strive for goals, strive for growth, optimism, action, life purpose, and self-discipline goals. Today I'm going to be talking about life management. Life management. And you may be thinking, well, I just finished high school. I just finished college. I'm 30, 60, 80 years old. I know about life management. Do you really? Sometimes because we get to a certain status in life, we think we have it all together. We're doing a great job. When the fact of the matter is, we can be doing so much more with our lives, having fun with our families, having fun, enjoying yourself, doing the things that you want to do. But in order to do that, you have to learn how to efficiently manage your life. Not just sometimes, but on a day-to-day basis. So that's why I want to cover life management today. So again, if you aren't managing your life, guess what? Your life is controlling you. So therefore, you have to get in front of your day-to-day activities. Be intentional in making these areas that I'm going to talk about today of your life intentional. Whatever you come up with, be consistent with it. Let it form into habits, and then you got it going on. But you don't want to have, start out doing something and you think everything is going great. Then you have this big bump in the road and it just seems like everything is going haywire. So in order to do that again, you want to be managing your life. And I hope you got your pads and pens out. Make sure that you share this on your page and share it with other people at this time so that they can get these nuggets to help with life management. These aren't in any certain order. So the one I start out with, I'm not saying that that's the first one or the first one that you need to begin working on. However, I am saying that it is crucial as you go through managing life. Excuse me. And again, good evening to everyone that has tuned in since we started. And we're talking about life management. So these are the areas and things that you need to think about as you begin to be intentional and grow in the area of managing your life. First, your finances. Sometimes people think, I got the formula. If it's $1 in and only $1 out, I'm good because I'm breaking even. I'm good. No, you're not. When you think about that dollar in because I make $500 a week, are you thinking about Uncle Sam? Because he's going to get his off the top. So you're not going to really have that dollar. You may have, depending on your status, how you filed, you may have 50 cents. You may have 75 cents. And then if you get too much of it, you're going to end up having to pay him back when we get around to tax time. But you're not getting that whole dollar. And even if you were, let's just say, you're on top of it. This is your dollar after they take out all of those things. So you have $1 that you got in, and so you just spending that dollar, so you know you're breaking even. No, you're not. Do you have any savings? Do you have emergency fund? What are you doing with that dollar in, dollar out? You don't want that's living from paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to do that. That's stressful. So, it doesn't matter. And some people think, well, it doesn't matter if I pay my bills on time or not. They can be late. 10 days, they give you a grace period. Everybody gives you a grace period. Yeah, keep thinking that. Keep paying late. As I know, once upon a time, you know how you will get a bill and it says you owe $2,000, your minimum due is 29, and some type way you don't have the 29 or you forget to pay the 29. When you get your next bill, they say, oh, now you have to pay 35, and then they give you the next due date. And you say, oh, I'm good. No, you're not, because that's still kind of just a late payment. You can pay for that. Your credit score is going to pay for that. If somebody else is looking at your credit habits, it's going to pay for it. So it does matter. You should pay your obligations on time and never pay that minimum. Always pay more. Because believe it or not, it can end up taking you 20 years to pay back $2,000 if you pay the minimum only. Because while you started out with 2,000, just say every month they say you owe 25, so you're taking off 25. They're probably adding about 15, 20 interest every month. So it just adds on. So you have to be very, very careful of those type things. So if you're that type of person that think, well, if I apply for something and my credit gets approved, it's all good. No, not necessarily. It's not all good. Go to a car dealership and you tell them, you want to get this car and you acting all excited, or you just want it, want it, want it. They run your credit. They found out you got a low credit score. For whatever reason, they are going to get you in that vehicle that you want. If they have to go to the worst lender out there, they are going to ensure that you get that vehicle. So guess what that means? Instead of paying 2% interest rate or 3% interest rate, or you may end up paying 20% interest rate on a car loan. And that's horrible. So just because you go somewhere, I'm going to apply. I'm just going to go ahead and apply. No, I can't afford it. But if they approve it, then that means God wanted me to have it. No, that's not what that meant. So you can go and apply if you want to, and they can give it to you, and you can say, "Hey, oh, they approved it, so that's what I'm supposed to have." And you think you're good, and you're not. And sometimes, the Holy Spirit tries to speak to us, and we just ignore. The last vehicle I was going to buy it for myself a birthday present, and I knew what I wanted. Plus, I wanted black. We go to this dealership on Orange Park, and they find what I want. I test drive it. Yes, this is what I want. I want a platinum Armada with leather, black outside, black inside. That's what I want. Well, they go in. Well, we can't get it around the payment you want because your credit score is not good. I say, excuse me? Oh, no, no, no. Your credit score is not good. You have to pay that. I think they wanted to charge me 8% interest, 10% interest, or whatever. I looked at them, I was like, no, thank you. Well, we can get you in the vehicle. No, 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 thank you. Because first of all, I knew that that's not where my credit score was. And then the audacity of them telling me that. I was like, guess what? My husband made a phone call. We knew someone that worked at another dealership. They didn't even work in sales, but they worked at another dealership. Hey, do we have this vehicle? Well, of course, they didn't have my black, but they had it. But I got it. Platinum, every feature, less money, very, very low interest rate. But, I had to take that time and be discernful and not just buy something because that's what I wanted at that time. So I didn't get the color I wanted, but, all's well. But don't just purchase something because your credit is approved, because you will be paying for it and paying for it and paying for it. If you can't get it right then, just save your money. right? Some people say, well, you can't take it with you. I'm just going to spend everything I have. No, you cannot take it with you. But remember, there was a time that most people that's hearing this, you didn't have an abundance of things. You had enough. God made sure that you had enough, but you didn't have an abundance of things. And if you're like me, I always said, when I leave this earth, I want to make sure I leave my children and my grandchildren with something. I don't want to leave them with nothing. You know, yeah, that she was a good nana. Oh, Nana didn't have nothing. No, Nana had left us with some bills. No, that's not what Nana wants to do. So don't just spend everything. And then you never know when emergencies are going to come up. Just like COVID. Who was looking for COVID? Many people got laid off and they didn't have any income coming in. If you had some type of savings or an emergency fund somewhere, you might have been able to, get along. But how many people lost their homes, cars, and had to take their kids out of private school because they didn't have the money? And that was because you did have it. You had an abundance of money because you had more money than you had bills, but you didn't save any of it. You must save. You need that emergency fund. Life is going on and your wash and dryer goes out almost at the same time. You don't want that. I don't. I want that payment, you know. I want to be able to go in an emergency fund and say, okay, I got money to replace that washer and dryer. All right. Your car breaks down, you need a transmission. Do you want to go and buy a $45,000 car, or you want to pay a couple thousand and get that transmission repaired? Do you have it in the emergency fund? Because if you don't have an emergency fund, you probably say, well, I don't have that pay out of pocket to get for somebody else to get the car fixed. So I guess I go to the dealership and trade it in to get a new car. So then you got a car payment that you didn't have. Your insurance is going to go up. Uh, Save your money. Don't try to spend it all. And then not only an emergency fund, sometimes it's helpful to have other type funds. And this again, we're trying to manage our life, to make life easier on us, less stressful. You like to take a vacation, but you don't want to scrimp up all your money, you get your bill money, get your emergency fund money, and you're going to take a vacation. No, you're not supposed to be going in your savings and your emergency fund to go on vacation. So you might want to set up a vacation fund. If you're like me, I enjoy Christmas. I know the meaning of it. I am so happy that Jesus came during that time, and I know it's a celebration for him. But I also like to fix up the house. I like the decorations. I like gifts around the tree. I like to give my grandkids what they want. So I need some money set aside so I can do that, right? So all those funds, instead of saying, "Oh, I got 50 in, I got to make sure I spend 50 out." No, I got 50 in. I'm gonna pay my tithes. I'm gonna put 10 over here, put 5 over here, 5 over here, and I'm not gonna bother it. You'll be a lot better off. But manage your finances as you are trying to manage your life, your goals. If you're just walking around and you don't have any goals, something's wrong. You should always want to live a life where you're getting better and better and better. You don't want to just, well, I already have a PhD. I already have a master's. I'm already the CEO of the company. Why do I need to do better? What goals do I need? I have a nice house. Is that all you want? Is that all that life means to you? No, is there nothing that you want? Have you traveled to every place that you want to? Have you spent time with grandkids that may live in another state? Um, is there a language that you might want to learn? There are so many things that you can learn and you can grow and do. Not just to say you have to go back to school. You don't. You can take Toastmasters. You're always getting up speaking, and it's like when you get up there, people saying, "Can they sit down?" Okay, if you know that you need assistance with giving your speeches so that you can get your structure together, learn how to look at your crowd and you're not just standing up there talking and maybe you got your head down, or you're talking about life management and you done told them about fishing, then told them about the ecosystem, told them about this new law that just passed. You forgot about life management. So that's something that you can learn. So have some type goals, get those, and make sure that you know your purpose. Every single one of us is put on earth and we have a purpose. We have a purpose. It's not just to be here. God gave us all a purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, spend some quiet time, find out what your purpose is, and then work towards your purpose. And if God gave you a purpose, He's going to give you skills and tools that you need to see that goal met. But then you have to do something. Now He's gonna give you a purpose, He's gonna give you what you need to get it done. Is He gonna do it for you? No. You need to put in the work, you need to be consistent, you need to be intentional, you need to put parameters around those goals, not just throw out a goal, but and it's another day for smart goals, but you need to make sure they're smart. Okay? And this is one, and you might say that, well, this one should have been first, but your health. We take our health for granted a lot of times, as long as we can get around and we can walk and hear, we good. We think we don't have to go to the doctor to get exams. Women think they don't have to do their breast exams. Men don't want to get the colons checked. We need to take care of these bodies. These are the only one we got. We don't get to say, oh, you know what? Oh, this one breaking down. Let me go trade it in. No, can't do that. You're stuck with the one you got. So you got to be good to it. What does that mean? That means those exams that I mentioned, excuse me, make sure you get a physical every year. If you're getting up in age, make sure your hearing is on top of it. Make sure your joints are working. You're not getting sudden arthritis because before you actually get into something, there's a stage prior to that. So if you find out early, a lot of times you can work on things. So, like as an example, I can give you a couple right off the top of my head. Like if you suffer with dry eyes, um, you may say, "Oh, okay," and your doctor tell you, optometrist tell you, you need to keep liquids in your eyes, put drops in your eyes during the day, take breaks from the computer, but your eyes are really, really extremely dry. You need to make sure you do this. They give you this prescription. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was like $120 a pop, and it was like, ain't that serious? Nah, not that dry. They don't feel dry, but guess what? Fast forward, then you got glaucoma because you had those dry eyes and you didn't take care of the dry eyes. So that can happen. Certain medications will impact your bone density. So, if they tell you, you need to go get a bone density test. Hey, that's all they want to do. Give you test, test, test. I'm not going to get bone density test. And you just skip them. Well, you need to know. And they'll tell you, the reason why you're getting this is because you're on this medication. You feel like you need to be on this medication. However, it does impact your bone density. Well, it's just like you can get osteoporosis. Okay, you don't want to have that, but there's a stage before that. So if you're getting those bone density tests, then you might know when you get to osteopenia. And so, so they can give you some medication. So hopefully you will not get into the other one. So, those things that'll slow things down. You see people and you wonder, well, that person's blind. Why are they blind? Because maybe they had the dry eye. Then they got the glaucoma, but they weren't going to the optometrist. They thought, well, I can see. I don't need to get glasses. Well, I'm going to the eye doctor. This is throwing away money. So they went from dry eye to glaucoma, and now they cannot see. And that's something that could have been prevented. So we need to take care of all phases of our health, as well as our mental health, physical and mental. We need to exercise. We need to drink plenty of water. And again, mammograms, colon checkups, pap smears, all kind of tests. We need to get them done. cardio, get your heart ticking, and all those good things. So please focus on your health. If you break down, that's going to impact you, your future health, because maybe you have been say you have been saving, and you think you got your finances on top of everything, but then you come up with all these conditions, well, you didn't phase that into the scenario. So now you're going to have more medical costs. So do you have enough money to sustain you throughout life? So all of that matters. So make sure that you take care of your health. Your faith. Faith is important. I know, maybe not everybody thinks that, but I do believe that it is. So first of all, Hebrews 11:1, what does it say? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, because you look around, you can't see your faith, right? You don't see it, but you know. This is like if you're comfortable with someone and they say fall backwards. If you're comfortable with that person, you go ahead and fall backwards. If you're not, you're like, no, I'm good. But your faith, you cannot see it, but you have to have that faith. Where do you get your faith from? Your supreme being. My supreme being is God. So I get my faith. I have to get refreshed. Listening to the word, listening to my worship music, and praise God, and praise Him right here where I'm sitting, going in my closet, praying, whatever. But we have to have faith and know that, you know, like I just said, these things we need to do as far as our health. I don't have faith in doctors. I'm just going to be wasting my money. Why should I go to the doctor and get all this tests done? If I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be sick. Have faith that God gave these people knowledge to know what to do to keep you from being sick all the time, hurt all the time, whatever. But you have to have faith. Um, and, you know, there are some people, oh, yeah, I'm a Christian, church, 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 church. But being, don't get going to church and being a Christian crossed up. Because just because you go to church all the time does not mean that you are a Christian. You can't always put your, whatever you do in church before your family. Your family is important. And I like to say God first, family second, and then other things. So, uh, and you have to be careful. People can work on your anxiety, your nerves. So, just because you see your family, your peers, your colleagues, it doesn't mean that they have your best self in mind. So everybody that's in your face, pretending they're cheering you on, they're not really cheering you on. So you have to have discernment in those areas. Lean on your faith. Try to be around those people that you know have your best interest in heart. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's family that, oh, she get on my nerves. She had a little piece of paper and she thinks she know more than we know. She thinks she got more than we got. She thinks she got more sense than we have. That may be true, but a lot of times it's not. I mean, you're still who you are, but other people say things because that's how they feel. And then they try to put it off on you, but you don't let those people make you uh, change what you're doing, how you're doing it. So if God has blessed you to be more educated, to know how to do certain things, and you're treating everybody the same, you don't have to worry about that. And if them being in your space is anxiety or stressful for you, guess what? It's okay to say, I love you from afar. It's okay. It really is okay. So that is important as well. And this last one I'm going to give you, you may not think it's important, but I do. Now, and I probably need to talk to me a lot of myself on this one, but me time. And I guess you said, well, you talking about spending time with your family and all that. You talking about me time. No, you need me time. Not time for mama, daddy, sister, brother, husband, children. You do all of that. You're gonna need some you time too, because you have to get that faith. And I don't know why I heard it this week or whatever, but you got to keep that thing on full. You know, it's just like my car. I get upset if I get in my car and my car is past half full. I want it in that first half. So that's how I need my mind, my body, whatever. So how do I get there? I got to spend some time alone with Deborah, not with Dan, not with the kids, not with the grandkids. I have to spend some time by myself. I have to meditate. I have to pray. I have to reflect. You know, you pray and you say, God, show me so and so and so. Oh, God, I need a decision, blah, 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 blah. But we just moving and going, and he trying to tell us and talk to us, and we not even listening because we moving around too much. We just don't. Get somewhere, get somewhere and sit it down. Sit down and listen. So we need that time, quiet time. I'm just listening. I'm reflecting. What happened yesterday in my Bible study time? What I wrote down. Did I see it yesterday? Did I understand? Did something else come out of that? Well, you need to spend that. I'm laughing, but you really do need to spend time alone or no distractions, just that quiet time. So, if you want to sit for three hours and you want to watch Lifetime and cry, that's your me time. Then that's what you do. You sit there and you watch it and you cry. You do what you want to do. But you spend that time filling yourself back up. I got to get re-energized. I got to get my faith back up. That situation right there tore me down. Whew, I was tore up. Oh, yes, I was. But I got to get that faith going back. I got to get renewed. I got to get my energy back. I got to get ready because I have things to do. So if you're not at 100, then those people that count on you really, your family, your minor children, your grandkids, you're not gonna be good for them if you're not at 100. You got to be on top of your game. So that's why we need to get our checkups and make sure we're on full. But make sure you do spend that time with your family. And when we say family time, that doesn't mean if you go out with the boys, or you go into a team building, something like that. All of those things, the family time, the going out with the guys, the doing the team building or whatever, that's not me time. Me time is that time by yourself. So remember that. That's the time by yourself. So you are going to spend time with your family. And I heard my coach said this, when you have to think about it, a lot of times you do have things on your plate that you need to do. Then your family might have something that they're doing. Your grandkids may have something they're doing. And you're going to always tell them, oh, I can't do that. I have to do this for myself. Oh, I can't do that. I have to do this for myself. Do you ever do anything for your family, for your kids? Think about that. It's the, families that your mom or your dad always at church. They never home. Well, what are you doing? They only have church twice a week. Bible study and on Sunday. What are you doing? I got to go in here and help with the ministry. I got to get these clothes folded. I got to go hand out food. I got to go clean up. I got to go and help them sort this. We have a meeting about this on this stuff. Really? You have to, think about that. Have discernment about that. What is it that I really need to attend? Is it keeping me from spending quality time with my family? Be very careful, you know. So those are the things that I think are really, really key, really, really essential in you and your life management. Life management is all phases of your life. So So, make sure your health, your finances, your goals, how you're spending your time, and all of those things that you are thinking about because you want to be happy. You don't want to be stressed all the time. You want to be energetic. You want to have fun. You want to be able to laugh. So you do that and keep your life. You don't let life control you. You get control over your life, manage your life, and then you can have fun and be excited about stuff, not stressed out. So remember, you are striving for GOALS. What is that? Goals sounds like goals, but you're striving for growth, optimism. You always want to be positive. Action. Everything you do matters because someone is watching. Life purpose. You all have purpose and self-discipline. Be the boss of you. All those things. Growth, optimism, actions, life purpose, and self-discipline. And it will help you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else. So I really appreciate you tuning in to Build Your Best Life. Please join us Saturday. I know it's going to be great. We started this last month. We launched this conversation with the guys last month. So the team is all men. And yeah, when I say, oh my goodness, last month it was just amazing. So I know it's just going to be just as great this Saturday. So our conversation with the guys is going to be hosted by Coach Ricardo Miller. We're going to have Dan Smith. We're going to have Naz and Dr. Coach Kevin Wilburn. And this Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9, not 9:30, 9 Eastern Standard Time. Because these guys are, they're just busy. They have a lot going on. So make adjustments. I wanted them to be on here. It's going to be 9 this Saturday. And they're going to be talking about taboo subjects. So please, please, please share that information, conversation with the guys. Get your sons, your nephews, your grandsons, your neighbors, your students. You'll send them the link. All they have to do is go to Facebook or YouTube and put in Build Your Best Life. And the page will come up and they will be able to view the videos, or they can go on my website, which is www.buildyourbestlife.org. And on the home page, you'll see my icons. If they click on those icons, they can either copy the link or click on them and go directly to my pages. But please, please, please share this because I know they're going to be talking about some great taboo subjects that will really be great for our young men. So please, please, please share that. And again, please visit my website. As I mentioned earlier, I have a blog that comes out each Monday. You read my blog. You can look at my calendar of events. We got some good things coming up. Our educational symposium is going to start the first week in August. So we look forward to that. But anything that we're doing, you can find it on our calendar of events. You can find out more about the platform, more about me. As well, you can visit my store, which has all the services that I offer, which is speaking, webinar speaking, coaching, and consultations as well. You can get an autographed copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. I have them in stock, so you can get your autographed copy right away. If you like the Kindle version, you can go to Amazon.com and get your Kindle version. So please visit my website. Please like my page. If you have not already liked the page, like my YouTube page. Always, we appreciate your comments and share, share, share. But I do appreciate you all coming on because I could not do this if it were not for everyone. As you go on your road to being a better you, remember that there will be rough terrain, pit stops, distractions, and detours. Don't let any of those negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be safe. Take care. I'll be looking for you Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you then. Bye bye.